brutal reset button, one that plays out again and again across the golden, unforgiving savanna. Even within a stable pride, life isn't guaranteed. Cubs are playful, curious, and unaware of danger. They wander and chase insects. They stray just a little too far. Sometimes they don't find their way back. Others may be injured during rough play or hunts. Without medical care, even minor injuries can become fatal infections. Statistics paint a grim picture. In many regions, more than half of lion cubs never reach adulthood. Some estimates suggest that only 1 in 4 survives long enough to become a mature hunter. Imagine a classroom where 3 out of 4 children will never grow up. That is normal life for lions. Yet when danger isn't pressing in, cubhood can look joyful. They wrestle with siblings and pounce on their mother's back. These playful scenes are what we usually see. What we don't see are the empty spaces later, where missing siblings should be. By the time a cub reaches its first birthday, the pride may already be smaller, quieter, changed. And the survivors carry on, not because they are safe now, but because they've simply passed the first trial. In the wild, childhood isn't a protected phase of growth. It's a gauntlet, a relentless test of luck, strength, and timing where survival depends not only on your mother's skill, but on whether fate allows you one more day. So when you see a young lion bounding through the grass, tail flicking, eyes bright with curiosity, you're not just looking at a future predator, you're looking at a survivor of one of nature's harshest beginnings. And for many cubs, the story ends before it ever truly begins. Because in the world of lions, being born doesn't mean you get to live. It only means you've entered the game. Surviving childhood as a lion cub is already a miracle. But if you're born male, survival doesn't lead to safety, it leads to exile. Around the age of 2 to 3 years, young males are forced to leave the only home they have ever known. The pride that protected them, fed them, and gave them a place in the world suddenly turns hostile. Sometimes it's their own father who drives them away. Other times, older dominant males simply refuse to tolerate growing rivals nearby. There is no farewell, no preparation, no second chance. One day you belong, the next day, you're alone. For a young African lion male, this is the beginning of the most dangerous chapter of life, a wandering existence across hostile territory, where almost everything is stronger, faster, or more experienced than you. Without a pride, hunting becomes far more difficult. Large prey that once required teamwork is now nearly impossible to bring down alone. Many young males survive on scraps, small animals, or carcasses abandoned by others. Hunger becomes constant, not occasional, not inconvenient, constant. Days stretch into weeks where every movement burns precious energy. Every failed hunt deepens weakness, and every empty stomach makes survival less likely. And food isn't the only problem. Territory is everything in the lion world, and nearly all of it already belongs to someone else. Established males patrol relentlessly, roaring to warn intruders to stay away. If a young outsider is caught inside these boundaries, the consequences can be brutal. Adult males don't tolerate competition, they attack. These fights are not symbolic displays or short scuffles. They are violent, exhausting clashes of claws, teeth, and raw muscle, battles that can leave both lions severely injured. Deep puncture wounds, torn muscles, broken bones, damaged eyes, injuries that would send a human straight to emergency care. But here, there is no emergency care. If a young male survives the fight, he still carries the damage. Infections set in, movement becomes painful, hunting becomes harder, and weakness attracts more danger. Many wandering males disappear this way, not in dramatic final battles, but in slow declines caused by wounds that never heal properly. To improve their odds, brothers or cousins sometimes form small coalitions. 2, 3, or 4 males traveling together, sharing kills, defending one another, and waiting for an opportunity to challenge a pride. These alliances can last for years and significantly increase their chances of success. But even coalitions are fragile. If food is scarce, tensions rise. If one member weakens, the group may abandon him. Survival comes first. Eventually, if they live long enough, these males must attempt the ultimate gamble, taking over a pride from an established ruler. This is the only way to secure consistent food, territory, and the chance to reproduce. But it means facing a fully grown, dominant male, often larger, stronger, and far more experienced in combat. The confrontation can last hours, roaring, circling, charging, retreating, clashing again. Dust fills the air. Blood stains the ground. Exhaustion builds on both sides. There is no referee, only victory or defeat. If the challengers win, they gain control, but not peace. Their bodies may be battered, their energy drained, and new responsibilities immediately begin. They must defend the territory from other challengers, patrol vast distances, and establish dominance over the pride. If they lose, the outcome is often far worse. Severe injury, permanent disability, or death. And here's the cruel truth. Most male lions never succeed at all. They wander for years and die without ever ruling anything, without ever fathering cubs. They never achieve the purpose their entire biology pushed them toward. Their lives become a long, exhausting journey toward a crown they will never wear. Even for those who do succeed, the victory is temporary. Younger males are always growing somewhere, training unknowingly for the day they will challenge the current rulers. Strength fades, reflexes slow, old wounds accumulate, and one day, the roles reverse. The king becomes the exile, driven out just as he once drove others away, forced to wander again older, weaker, less capable of surviving the harsh life he once endured. Some starve, some are killed by rivals, some simply disappear into the wilderness. There is no retirement in the wild, no peaceful ending, just a cycle of struggle, repeated across generations. So when people imagine male lions as symbols of dominance and effortless power, they are seeing only the final, rare stage. The small fraction of individuals who survived years of hardship to briefly stand at the top. They don't see the countless others who never made it. Because in the life of a male lion, strength is not a guarantee of success. It's just the minimum requirement to keep fighting. And from the moment he is driven from his pride, until the day he dies, his life is not a reign. It's a war. When people imagine lions hunting, they picture something swift, powerful, almost effortless. A thunder of muscles, a single leap, and the meal is secured. But real hunting, even for an African lion, is nothing like that. It is slow, exhausting, uncertain, and often completely pointless. Because most hunts fail. Lions don't wake up every morning to a guaranteed breakfast. In fact, they can go days, sometimes a full week, without eating anything at all. During these periods, their bodies begin to weaken, their movements slow, and even simple tasks become draining. Hunger isn't just discomfort in the wild, it's a countdown. To conserve energy, lions spend up to 20 hours a day resting, not because they're lazy, but because they have to be. Every unnecessary movement burns calories they may not be able to replace. When it's finally time to hunt, the real ordeal begins. Most hunts take place at night or during the cool hours of dawn and dusk. Under the cover of darkness, lionesses spread out silently through tall grass, using wind direction and terrain to hide their approach. This phase alone can last a long time.